Hello and welcome to the Canadian Edge. It is time for another knife review, and this is a knife that I wanted to get out there quickly. It's fairly new to the market and I was quite excited about this knife when I first saw it and wanted to get a hold of it and get a review out there for you guys to see. So this is the Civivi Cogent. And as I say, Civivi just released these not too long ago. It's their button lock. Well, they have the Elementum has a button lock on it, but this is one of their button locks that they have released. And when I first saw it, I was quite excited about this knife. I wanted to take a good look at it, and I like the button locks. They work well for me. And especially for ambidextrous purposes, they work really well. Make it easier than a liner lock or a frame lock or even a back lock. So yeah, I was quite excited about this knife. And the Cogent offers a 3.47 inch blade. Open, it is 7.88 inches. And closed it is 4.41 inches. The steel on it is a Sandvik 14C28N, so a little higher end budget steel. Good steel, easy to sharpen, not quite as hard as some of the higher end steels, but it does the trick and it'll last quite a while. The weight on this is 3.8 ounces. The handle is G10 with stainless steel liners, and let's see if we can get this. I can't get it with my lighting. The liners are skeletonized for weight reduction, so both liners, and I like that. The pocket clip, it is reversible and tip up, and as I said, it makes it ambidextrous, so that you can use this right or left-handed. And I'm sure the lefties appreciate that a lot. It is a flipper opening, or you can open it with the button lock as well. Flipper is probably the easiest though. It does have a ball bearing pivot and the good old button lock on it. Whoops, and that's probably not the best thing to do when you're trying to open a knife. And I don't know, my lighting probably won't allow us to see, but the button lock is just in there and it just releases the blade so that it'll pop down. So quite a simple design, but effective design. It does have jimping on the back of the blade and also on the handle. A little bit of jimping on the flipper tab and a bit of jimping down here for grip. It also has a slight choil, more for sharpening purposes. You could put your finger there, but the choil is more for sharpening purposes. And it does allow you to get a little different grip on there. And it does have open spine as well with your spacers in there. So I am liking this knife. I've been carrying it now for a couple weeks and really enjoy it. There's no blade play up or down. It sits in there solid, which is nice. You don't want blade play. And in case you were wondering, cogent means clear, logical, or convincing. So I guess this is Civivi's argument, a convincing argument for a button lock knife. And I have to admit, I'm impressed. It works really well. The pivot on it is extremely smooth out of the box. The button lock, there is a little bit of a, you can hear it, but I think that's just normal for these. It definitely doesn't affect how it operates, and it works really well. So let's do a size comparison on this. We have the Ontario knife rat. So you can see it's a little bit bigger than that. Almost. Well, it is almost an 8-inch knife, so 7.8 inches. And we also have the Civivi Elementum. So it's got some size on that as well. Let's see if we can do that. And we have the Spyderco Tenacious, which is a little closer in size, but it's still a little bit bigger than the Spyderco. And we have the SOG Terminus, which it is bigger than that as well. So it's a good size knife. If you're looking for a full-size knife, this would be it. Sharpness. What does it offer for sharpness? So as it cuts paper quite well, which is nice. If you're ever in a fight with paper, there's a good chance you'll win. Let's see how it does with my little friend, the zip tie, or the zap strap. Well, cut through that pretty easy, just pulled back. And the nylon cord, oh, cut through that quite easily and cleanly, which is nice. And that cord there, as you can see, it cuts quite well. So it could be slightly sharper, I'm sure, but out of the box it will definitely cut. And I've used this to open different packages and whatnot, and it opened them without any issues at all, which is nice. So what do I like about this knife? Well, this knife, other than I like the idea of the button lock, I like the aesthetics. It's not that it has anything, outstanding in terms of looks. It's just a nice looking knife. Love the shape of the handle, like the profile of the blade. I love the swedges on top there. Gives it a nice look. So it's for me, it's a good looking knife. I enjoy the aesthetics of it, the ergonomics of it, the way they've developed the handle. You've got that forward pressure, which is nice, and it has a great grip on it. You can see hopefully the texturing on the handle, maybe not because of my light, but the handle is textured well. And then with the thicker part in here and the flipper tab, it gives you that good purchase and good grip, so that you're got a nice solid hold on this knife. And it feels good back here too. So you guys with bigger hands, you do have a little bit, but your pinky's probably going to be down here at the end because I'm more of a medium hand. But it offers a good grip, good purchase, good ergonomics. So you've got that good push, and like I say, you could use that for a choil and cut that way if you were slicing something and needed a little bit more control. The button lock, it's easy, works well with both hands, so that's a nice plus as well. Always like it when things work out the way they're supposed to work. On the dislike side of things, I'm a fan of the jimping, but the jimping here is quite shallow. It's just enough that you get a purchase, but you still could slip with that. So I'd like the jimping to be just slightly more aggressive, just to give you that solid grip, especially if you're holding it this way. You don't want to slide, chop your finger off or anything. So yeah, I'd like to see the jimping a little more aggressive back there. And one of my usual beefs is that they did not mount the pocket clip flush with the handle, so it does stick up a little bit. So that is going to be slight wear and tear on your pocket, but kudos to them, they did make the screws flush, so that's less wear and tear. And it's not a huge deal. It's definitely not in any way a deal breaker on buying the knife, but it's just nice when knife companies do make that little extra effort to save wear and tear on your pocket, because this is going to do wear and tear, and you don't need any more wear and tear than necessary. But like I said, it doesn't affect the use of the knife in any way, and the knife sits good in the pocket, no problems with that. You do notice it when you put your hand in the pocket, because it is a little bigger knife, but nothing that is in any way a downfall. So yes, it fits good into the pocket, and I love just how easy this thing works. It's so smooth and easy to operate that even inexperienced knife handlers can work this quite well. So kudos to you, Civivi, for making a button lock that works well and hopefully will hold up for a long time. And you can see that the blade sits down the middle quite well. Could be slightly adjusted, but boy, that's pretty darn close. It's definitely not worth the effort unless you're a perfectionist and want it right down the middle. So this will be a knife that I carry a lot. I just really appreciate this knife. It's a good size for me. It fits my hand great, and as I say, it operates really well. So this will definitely be a knife that I carry a lot with me, and it'll be easy to sharpen with the 14C28N, so that's a plus as well. The D2s and that are very nice to have, but they take a little more effort to sharpen in the long run. So I give this knife, a 2 thumbs up, and I believe Metal Complex rated this as one of his favorite budget knives of 2021. If you watch Metal Complex, if you don't, go give him a view. Good guy, and really informative. So yes, I give this 2 thumbs up. This is definitely one of my favorite knives of 2021 that I've had the pleasure of handling, and we'll see just how long it lasts. Maybe I'll do another review down the road and just give you an update on how it's doing after carrying it for a while. So that is the Civivi Cogent. If you haven't checked them out yet, I encourage you to do so. They're just over $100 Canadian. Down in the States, you guys have a little better prices. I think they're around $80 or something, $75 in the States. And you can also get them with the serrated blade, partially serrated blade. And they do come in different colors. Purple and what was the other color? Purple and micarta handle, and natural, the jade natural handle. So check them out. In Canada here, they are available on the West Coast here at House of Knives, and also Warriors and Wonders. and just, in my opinion, a really, really decent knife. Really nice knife. I like it. I like it a lot. So, Civivi Cogent. All right. Thank you for joining me. Hit the like, hit subscribe, leave a comment. Thanks for hanging out and making 2021 a good year, and for all of you who've supported me, and looking forward to what the new year brings and what knives we can look forward to in 2022. All right, take care, everybody. Stay safe and stay sharp.